Yeah, all good. All good. Just going for a walk, and I was doing a bit of reflecting on the walk. I was thinking how in football, momentum can change really, really quickly. Momentum can shift really quickly in football from one team to the other. And I was sort of thinking about the sort of hydration breaks, and I'm not here to talk about the physiological side or any other side the hydration breaks only, other than the psychological impact, the mental impact that it can have on a player. Because you can go into that break where you're dominating the game, you could be up as well, it could be leading, be a goal up, 2 goals up, whatever. Or you could also be playing badly and the other team's dominating, sort of like, a goal down. Or you could go into it like, equal score line on the scoreboard, but you might not be dominating, the other team's dominating. There's a lot of permutations, and I'm certainly not here to give advice or make suggestions. I'm sure that's managed in different ways, and everyone's probably going to have their own strategy for that. But my sort of take on the way I see it, for me, where it can break your rhythm if you switch off as a player. In my experience, I work with individuals and with teams over the years, and a break in play can break the rhythm of the performance. So for example, if you're on top of the game, you got to, I suppose, use that break as well as physiological side, the psychological side, the mental side, to remind yourself what's working, keep the tempo, keep the pressure, and keep the momentum. Keep doing the things that you were doing before the break that have helped you, stay in the lead, so to speak. Because it's easy to think, okay, we'll just sort of that break in rhythm. But also, if you're behind in the game, and you get teams that are behind in the game and the other team's got momentum against them, you can reset emotionally, reset yourself emotionally, clear the frustration, regroup, communicate, refocus. You see teams sometimes speak to the manager, coaching staff, regroup and refocus. And I think there's an opportunity to sort of calm the mind either way. Slow the breathing down, reset, refocus, and for players to reconnect to their role before they go out there. Now, really, really clear for me, and it's really important for me not just to use the break physiologically, but an opportunity to sort of reflect on and during the break and give yourself the best chance to control what happens next. Okay, when you go out there, focus on the next phase of play. Really important that, for me, you got this sort of break, rehydration break, and as I said before, one team can have momentum, one not momentum, but if you're in momentum, it's really important, I think, to sort of like, keep that sort of tempo and pressure, keep it going. If you're not in momentum, you're against the run of play, then it's a chance to sort of clear the frustration and regroup and refocus. But I think that next action after the break, or actions, are really important to set the tone. And it's really important because after that sort of break, for the team who's got the momentum, you want to pick up from where you left off. The team that hasn't got momentum, you want to get momentum back. And I think it's a psychological thing. And look, for me, one thing that's really important is sort of, break it down on a manageable level and think about the next phase of play to, regain the control of the game. But that's my take on it. You might see it differently. Everyone sees it differently. It's always good to have other people's thoughts and feedback.